Welcome to QOTD, the game show that lets you be on the air, record your answers to our awesome daily questions, and join us right here in the show. You could qualify for our Thursday Big Show Championships. Hi, Reed. Hi, JJ.
Hello.
And hello, Trish.
Hi, Keith. Let's jump right in with today's QOTD question. It's number 77. Have you ever had a dream while sleeping that later came true? Freud considered dreaming an expression of repressed conflicts or desires, but modern scientists say that dreaming is the brain's way of dumping excess data, consolidating important information, and keeping us alert to danger. So I wanted to kick things off with one of my favorite fan answers so far, and this one's from Hawkeye.
Did you ever have a dream while sleeping that later came true? I don't think like big ones that I can remember, but I have had those small instances of like deja vu where it's like I'll touch a wall or something or be like doing some really specific behavior. And then, later, whether it's that week, that day, or, a couple months after, I'll find myself doing that exact thing in that place that I hadn't been to. So in a small way, I guess it's come true, but in large part, no.
Yeah, it's such a weird sensation when you feel like you've been in a situation before or that you've had a conversation that hasn't actually taken place. People who get deja vu have a few things in common. So this gives us a little insight into Hawkeye. According to the Cleveland Clinic, people who experience deja vu have a high level of education. They travel a lot. They tend to remember their dreams well, and they tend to hold more liberal beliefs.
That is very fascinating. I'm somebody who has a hard time dreaming about things until after I've seen or experienced them, so I always feel left out of the deja vu conversation.
Do you think that's why whenever we have liberal political administrations, why we always keep making the same mistakes again and again?
Or maybe it's because all the politicians just can't remember their dreams, and so then they repeat them.
That's
right. What it takes to make it tough.
Nice one, JJ. Did you have a favorite video?
I did, actually. So I found a really great answer from Emmanuel, who talks about a dream that he had about the simple pleasures in life.
If something like a deja vu, then I would say yes. Of course, a lot of times. I remember just last week when I dreamt of eating my favorite dish or my favorite food. And then later in the morning, when I woke up, that food that I dreamt of or my favorite food is already being served on the table. So
I love this answer because it's a dream about the simple pleasures, obviously. And it's a type of dream that I don't think I would ever have, because my dreams are always like, I'm on like Mars with Nicolas Cage and we're on like the Eiffel Tower. And then suddenly Nicolas Cage is like a bowl of lemon sorbet and like we're both chewing gum for some reason. It's like, it just makes absolutely no sense. So to hear him talk about like, oh yeah, I had a dream about eating my favorite food. It's like, oh, that's so nice. So simple, so nice.
Oh, that's so funny because I totally with you, Manuel. I'm a big foodie and I think about food a lot and I dream about food. I assumed everybody does.
I gotta say, I've never had that kind of dream where you're just like sitting there, eating eggs and toast. But I do have like work dreams. Do you guys have those? Where you sit there and you kind of like going through the next day or even going through the last day. And then the next day, you got to get up and go to work. So that's sort of like a dream that came true. So maybe it's like he's dreaming about breakfast because, that's what's next.
Maybe that's a good idea. Hey, well, I mean, did you find any other answers from people who have like that sort of similar thing happen?
So I have chose a fan answer from Beatrice, who had like one of those like who had one of those like prescient dreams that we all want to have.
The other night, I had a dream where I reached into my pocket and I pulled out a $20 bill. And then the next day I woke up and I was so mesmerized by that dream of just pulling out money I didn't know I had, that I ransacked my bedroom looking for stray cash that I had just left over the years. And like after a certain amount of like looking, you do find stray cash. And I found that, and I knew that my dream had told me where to look, and then I was $80 richer.
$80, right? So that's kind of like a spooky, wonderful dream. I would love to have a dream like that. And I think that that's kind of what we're all hoping for when we talk about dreams that came true, that we're going to dream a lottery ticket number or something like that. But here it is, guys. Evidence in the magic of dreams. Wow. JJ, are you on the science side, or are you on more of the magical, thunderbolt dream kind of point of view?
I think I'm more, I don't know. I think there's some moments when it's like the coincidence is just far too strong, if that makes sense. It's like there has to be some sort of higher power giving you that dream and telling you where to look, because it's like, how else, it's just too close. It just makes too much sense.
Hey, don't be afraid to say it. Just embrace it. You believe in the magical dreams. There you go. Trish, you're all sciencey. You're all talking about Freud all day.
100% on the science side. And I love the fan answers, because you really do learn a lot about people. The definition of dreams, it's the repressed desire, right? And so for Beatrice, she has the desire for wealth.
I kind of span the whole spectrum. I run the whole gambit. I think that even if they're not technically meant to serve as warning signs, dreams can be interpreted as such, and it's what you do with those dreams that matters. On a very different note, definitely a more sullen dream, but kind of in the same vein of dreaming something and then having it be like almost, a warning sign in your brain. I have Veronica's answer.
I've had a dream while my grandmom died. On waking up, my grandmom was seriously ill. She died 5 days after.
That is a very unfortunate instance of clairvoyance, but I think it kind of hits on just your body and your brain reminding you that we only have so much time with the people that we love, and we have to savor every moment, because you never know when it could be your last.
Or it could be that kind of on her way out, her grandmother actually kind of stopped in to say goodbye. I mean, there is this, commonly held belief that dreams are sent to us in order to, enrich our lives or point us in the right directions or provide us guidance, and if you believe that, then, the idea that you would have a visit from somebody who's sort of leaving this world on their way to the next is perfectly reasonable. I mean, that's what I would like to think, There was a Mad Men episode just like this recently. It's very much on my brain.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe in dreams coming true per se. I just think that this was a worry or a conflict that was going on that you've been holding on to. And so you dreamt about it, and then it just inevitably came to fruition.
What a sad little world you live in. That's all I'm
Well, I mean, it is a very weird phenomenon, but I will say I've never had it happen to me before. It's really sad. And I feel it needs to eventually. I know, as I mentioned earlier, I've had those instances of deja vu where it's like, oh, I know this has happened before. Let me take this opportunity to change it or do it how I should do it. But I mean, have any of you had those dreams while sleeping that later on happened?
I was gonna say I had a dream where my dead dog gave me advice that turned out to be very helpful. I'm trying to think a dream that it's true. So I had not been a very good dog owner, and then the dog chastised me after the dog was dead. Years later, the dog chastised me just before I got another puppy, and I was like, okay, look, I promise, Cleo, I'm going to be better than this one, and I was, so that was very helpful. But I wouldn't say that was a dream where I dreamed that something was going to come happen, and then it actually came true. But I'm open to the idea.
Yeah,
I really
it was just your guilty conscience that came out while you were sleeping.
I suppose. Yeah, it's not like I had a dream that's like, oh yeah, by the way, under the tree there's a buried treasure like Beatrice had. That's the dream that we all want. But I guess here's the thing: so we can decide that we're going to live in a world where dreams don't come true. We can decide we live in a world where everything comes out of, some set of biological urges that we have no control over, and that we're just simply sort of victims riding in this roller coaster that we know is eventually going to ride off a cliff. That's life in the scientific view, right? We're all going to die. We talked about this yesterday. Or we can believe that life has meaning, that there's a higher power that helps guide us and that cares for us, and you get to choose. You can live in the world of, roller coasters that are going to crash, or you can live in the world of a loving and caring deity. But I guess
land of make-believe.
I have faith.
Or you can be boring like Trish.
How about you, Reed?
I had a dream that I took to be a warning sign where my laptop shattered in half and I woke up to a thud. It was my college roommate who had knocked her laptop off the bed. So we both said, leaving it on our desks from now on.
That's what I'm talking about. Reed got a warning from the universe that she followed, and things got better, right?
Exactly.
Your crash, did it?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Wild.
you do you, Trish.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you viewers have thoughts on this issue, whether you think dreams are predications or they're just random coincidences and the world makes no sense and nothing means anything like Trish does, then you can join us by recording your answer to today's question or any of this week's other questions using the links in the description. And you can make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube to get notified about new daily questions.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. And a very special thank you to our subscribers and to all of you who have watched, voted, and recorded so far this week. Remember, the top voted answers make it on the air for our Thursday Big Show. So be sure and record and vote at beontheair.com for your chance to join us. And you can also play our amazing Guess and Big game.
If you like what you saw today, you can also send us a little love by liking, commenting, or even clicking the thanks button. If you do, we'll give you a shout out on the air.
And wouldn't that just be a dream come true? All right, well, we are QOTD and Be on the Air signing off, and we'll see you on TV.
Everyone.
So, Trish, did you ever dream that everybody made fun of you during the whole show?
A nightmare, a living nightmare.